What's going on, sports card collectors? It is a Friday afternoon, and as promised, I was asked to do a comparison of GMA graded cards, graded Gem Mint 10 versus Raw. So today we are going to tackle that challenge. I have been doing some reviews. I will be pleasantly surprised as I go through this. Hopefully you'll be pleasantly surprised. Disclaimer, I'm not going through every card of the one card we look up. I'm just going to go review a few of them in comparison. Obviously, some of the numbers will be higher, some of them will be lower, and some will be in between. But this is just to give you an idea and a gist of the card values from GMA compared to buying just a raw card. Also, as a disclaimer, because we primarily collect basketball cards, my comparisons today will be basketball cards. That does not mean that if you collect football, hockey, or baseball, that this video would not pertain to you, because this will still give you a good idea. I just think value-wise right now, the basketball cards have the higher value out of the other sports. And I'm not knocking any of the other sports, trust me on that. But for the time being, it'll give you a good guideline. Hopefully we'll be able to point out when we do this where I think some people settled for a lower price and could have got more money. So let's get started into it. I did have a thing saved and it cleared out on me in my search history. So why don't we just start with what's already on there. 2017-18 Prism, De'Aaron Fox. And since I'm doing the video, I get to pick some of the players that I collect anyways, and then I picked some ones that I'm not collecting just to give a good mix and variety. So we'll go through about 12 different cards today, comparing the raw versus the GMA graded 10. But let me get in here for the sold items. So De'Aaron Fox, the Prism, his rookie card. We have a best offer. It was listed for $19.99. Best offer accepted. I don't know what that was. We did have. Let's see here. Here's one right here for $23.99. There's some graded ones in there. I should filter that out. $25 one sold. Another $25 one sold. So let's clear out of that. So you get an idea. So we're right around $25 for the Prism De'Aaron Fox rookie card. GMA 10, $39.99. Let me get the sold out of here, or in here. So we had a best offer accepted. It was from Canada, but it was listed for $119.39. We don't know what that was. We had one sell on May 27th for $39.99. Another one for $35.99. $24.99. So most recently on these dates here, you have 4 cards that sold. I don't know what the best offer was, and actually that was a green Prism, so that won't count. So we're $25 to $40 range, and we were looking $25 for a raw. So I think the individual that sold for $24.99 settled, and that's actually not even the regular Prism, that's the Shock. So they definitely could have got more value for that. But just sticking with the top two there, $39.99 and $35.99, that's pretty promising. I know it's not up there in numbers yet, but it is definitely higher than paying $25 for a raw card. Let's move on. Let's go, since we're dealing with 2017-18. 2017-18 Prism. Oh, here we go. Now my list wants to come up. Jayson Tatum. We'll filter that out. Sold, and professional grader. We'll go not professionally graded. So we had one here sold $529. That's a hyper silver. Here we go, $528. We had a raw rookie Prism for Jayson Tatum. His cards have been going pretty good now. $85. We have another one here for $109. $99 listed. Best offer was accepted. Another one, best offer accepted. $74.99 sold. So the raw cards are getting up there for the Tatums. If we go and do the GMA, sold. We had a best offer accepted. It was listed for $179.99. We had a one sold on April, so we got a big range. May 26th, then not again until April, sold for 115. So there's not a lot of those out there. The graded GMA, whether people haven't sent their cards in yet, there's just not enough GMA out there for Tatum. But for the two that are there, 115 and the 179.99, I'm pretty sure they didn't take less than $100 with the raw going for $89 to $90 there, and then the GMA 10 going for 115 and higher. It definitely does show that there's value there in the GMA, even if you add in your cost to send it to GMA to get graded. Even with it now with the $4, the value is there. It does negate the fact that people are telling you that GMA 10 is the equivalent of buying a raw. That is not true at all. So with everything that's going on now, obviously the next type of video to do would be a PSA versus GMA video, which would be a nice, good starting point. I know others have done it, but it would be a baseline for us at least to do a comparison video, and then wait a few months down the road and do a part 2 of that to see if the value is, we're closing the gap. So let's move on to the next one here. Let's go 2014-15 Prism Giannis. I don't collect Giannis. You can say why. I just personally don't. It's nothing personally against him. I like him. He's a good player. Let's go sold. Let's go not professionally graded. So his Prism card right here, 526. It sold for 110.27 raw. Another one sold for $75 raw. $54.51. $49. So we're anywhere from $49 up to $110 for his raw. To go, let's see if we got here. GMA 10. Maybe I didn't have one. No, I've got it. I have a cheat sheet of notes from when I already looked these up for comparison here. But so and we're going back here. There's not a lot as far as GMA goes. But if you'll see up here on March 3rd, the Giannis was a best offer accepted, and it was listed for $79.99. For some reason, it's not coming up what I saw earlier the other day when I checked this out. So let's see what this does. No, we're still not getting it. So let's try that again. Yeah, it's still not pulling it up. 2014, 15. Prism. Let's go here. GMA 10. And sold. And if not, we'll move on. I can tell you what I had found, and for some reason it's not pulling up. I did do a research, so when I was looking this up the other day, the price ranges of some of the cards I saw raw were ranging from $42 to $60. And then I found some GMA graded 10s. One sold for $53, another one sold for $112.50. So the value there, I think the individual that sold for $53, that obviously they took too low. Let's get back into this here a little bit. 2012 and 13, Kawhi Leonard. It's going to be a Panini. Let's go Panini Prestige. Kawhi. I only looked this up because I had looked up his hoops and got a bunch of numbers, and I was trying to stay with the Prisms. But not a lot of people have graded with a GMA on that. So this card here is his Panini Prestige. Sold for $19.99. Best offer accepted, listed for $20. Sold $526 for $10.50. I mean, this is his rookie year. I know that's not his top rookie card. But if we add in, I'm losing my list here. All right, so there's a GMA that sold May 8th for $24.99. I don't know why they're not popping up like they did before. There's one that sold for $20. Just to go off of this a little bit. Sorry for this, because I had a list all saved and for some reason it lost. So hoops. And my list isn't even there. Kawhi Leonard. Except we can't spell. Let's try this. All right, sort it out. There's a lot into this. I mean, we could go on for hours and days. So here's the hoops. It sold $529.20 for $39.99 raw. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of those. That's why every time I look up at the hoops, the Panini Prestige keeps popping up. But when we add in the, it's going to let me here. GMA. I wonder why my list isn't working now. Okay, so here's a GMA. It's already filtered. So $24.99. That's the hoops. So the hoops up here sold May 14th for $99. So there's a good range right there. You know, it was selling for like $18. We had a $99. If we keep looking, there was a $45 one. I don't know why it's not professional grader. And see, it only gives me PSA as an option. We got to get GMA on there for a list of options. Graded, but I don't want to get into showing the PSA. So let's move on, only because we're running stagnant on that for some reason. Here's one, because I have these cards graded actually with GMA. I have two of them that are graded 10. So we're going to go with the tops. Shaquille O'Neal, 92, 93 top. Shaquille O'Neal. Those have been pretty hot lately. And people have been buying them left and right. Matter of fact, I think I sold 15 of them. I'm out of those now, except for the ones that I kept for myself. So raw, $5 best offer accepted. Somebody had it listed for $120. Best offer was accepted. Someone had it listed $89.99. Best offer accepted. A lot of best offers. A $50 one sold. An $18 one sold. $7.58. $43. You see where we're going with this here. $18. It's all over the place for raw. So we're $18 up to what? Let's say, we don't know what the best offer. Let's say $100. Let's say $110. Let's say that somebody actually paid $110, and that's the gold rookie. So let's drop down here. That's the gold rookie. So $12 best offer accepted. So $8 to $12. Let's go ahead and add in the GMA. Oh my goodness. Can't type. Because like I said, I have a couple of these, so I know they're out there. So we have one that sold for $25. That's not it. Here we go. $50. I'm rounding up the 2 cents. $43. A $29.95 listed best offer. That was back in April. So you can see where the change had happened. March 13th. That's the gold. That's the gold. I'm trying to get away from the gold. So we'll just stay right up here. So $43.99, $49.98. So we're the numbers are there. It's just not that high yet. You know, I think the numbers should be up there. Like I said, we're not comparing the PSA, but if you're selling from $8 to $15 or $18 and you get it graded and you're getting $50 for it, there's definitely value in it for getting it graded. There's definitely not that same value with the raw there. All right. Let's get a little bit more recent here. Prism. Everybody's looking to see the basketball season get back in. So let's go with Ja Morant with his Prism. So sold. Not graded. So we're not looking for the emergent. I probably should have typed in his base. But here's one right here. Sold $529. $65 it sold. Another one sold for $63. Here's one that sold. Best offer was listed for $59.99. That one looks like the silver, but that one sold for $59. So GMA. Let's see, sold. Here's one that was listed April 28th. And it was listed for $275. Best offer is accepted. Again, we don't know what that is, but that is definitely higher than what the bases were selling for. So silver. GMA right here, I believe. Yep. That one sold for $40 back on May 25th. That's not even the regular base rookie. That was the draft picks. And yeah, see, it's weird because I looked up these and now none of those sold ones are showing up. And I have a comparison. I'll tell you what I had. So I had looked them up, and one had sold for $59.99, one sold for $57, one sold for $74.99. So I don't know what's going on with the search history. But then I found graded. One was listed for $119.99. Best offer was accepted. One was listed for $275. Best offer accepted. And for some reason, and I even went and double checked these last night, and for some reason now none of these are showing up. Let's try 2004, 2005 Topps Chrome LeBron James. Filter, sold. So this is the card with the reverse dunk. $65. Best offer was listed for $200. Best offer accepted. Here's one that sold for $315 on May 28th. Second year card. Here's one that sold for $152. Here's one that sold for $199. And that's about right here with my list here. I actually think I found one that sold for $315. That we didn't even do that yet. Yeah, it's right there, $315. So let's go look at GMA. These better pop up. Oh, it's not. I got a conspiracy that they're blocking me from doing this comparison. So here we go. So we had one listed for $115. The best offer was accepted. We had a 5263 that was sold, but that was back on March 5th. And we had one sell for $157.50 on May 27th. So for some reason, this card, the raw cards, are actually selling higher than the GMA 10s. Part of that could be is people got the card for fairly cheap, got it graded, and they still made a profit off of it. And then part of it also could be people got impatient because it didn't sell quick enough. If people are patient enough, and I'm not telling you to wait 6, 8, 10 months, the value is there. You should be getting more than the raw value, in my honest opinions. If you have a Gem Mint 10, even if people say, oh, that's a Gem Mint 10 with GMA, but if it went to PSA, it would be a 9. I still think a 9 should be selling higher than a raw card. So because a raw card, you don't know what it is. You could buy a raw card, pay $315, and even looking at the picture, and when you get it, find out the corners are dinged or it's got a dent in it. So let's move on here. I got a few more. Let's go Luka. Luka's another hot one that's going on here. So we'll get his prism and sort this out. So we're looking at his regular base. Let's get the not professionally graded here. Not. And now without all the fanciness, here's one here, $157.50. And another one sold for $177.50. If we add in the GMA 10 and go to the sold, there's one. It was listed for $399. Best offer was accepted. One for $319. Another one for $147.50. I find that one there. So value-wise, we're right, almost equivalent again. There's one right there actually that sold March 14th. Gem Mint, $319. That's where the value is right there. So $157.50, $177.50 raw. We've got $319, $147.50, and then One there was $7.99, and the best offer was accepted. So there's a significant gap there between the raw and the graded, which is good to see. But part of that's driven by who's popular right now. You know, who's driving the market. We did De'Aaron. We didn't do Trae Young yet. Right here. Filter that out. There's a lot of work into this. If you want to take the time to do it, it's there. Just spending the few minutes I did without doing this video, just writing down on paper, I was just picking players. And you could go all over the place with cards. I was just trying to stick to main cards for the most part. The Prisms were the main cards. So Trae Young, we got a $54 best offer accepted. We have a $70.19 card. It was sold out of Canada. A $48 card. $13.25, $44.99, $53 best offer accepted. Let's see here if we can get out of this. Trae Young, GMA 10. It's already filtered. Get this turned off. So looking at GMA, we had one here for $79.50. $79.50 best offer. $79.50 best offer. $76.95. And I'm not seeing some of the other ones. There was one that sold for $125, but for some reason sort.
Just too high price.
Yeah. $79.50, $79.50, $79.50, $76.95. So I'm not sure where that one went. Oh, there's one that sold May 12th. That's not who we're looking for, though. So anyways, let's get one more. Let's do two more. I know it's been long, and I appreciate you taking the time to look at this. I know a lot of people are interested. Before I get into this, I'm going to do another LeBron. I'm going to do a 96 Topps Kobe Bryant compare level there. Just understand this. We're still trying to get GMA recognized. They are not listed in what the quote-unquote big three is. They all have their flaws. Every single one of them. I did put recently in a comment that their PSA has loyals just like Apple iPhone users are loyal to Apple and Android users are loyal to Android. Okay, I use an iPhone. I guess you could call me an Apple loyal. That's just the way it's going to be with different things. It's just different taste, brand name, Nike, Under Armour, Puma, whatever it is. It's a loyalty that everybody has. Those are just the particular brands they like. Right now, PSA, BGS, now Edge SGC, and I've got nothing against any one of those. I think all of them, including GMA, grade level wise, if you got Gem Mint 10s, should be pricing out pretty close to the same. So we're getting there. The GMA crowd is gaining in numbers, and we will get there with patience and educating people and doing our due diligence. Don't give up and sell a card at a lesser value than you probably should have got. So let's go 2003, 2004 Topps LeBron James. Let's filter this out. Let's go sold, not graded. Let's sort it out. We'll do highest price. Sometimes, though, that messes with the dates. So I don't want. So here's a Topps here. Sold. That's Chrome. See, it's not giving me my card that I want. There we go. That's the one with him holding the jersey. So $500. It's sold. Another one sold because first edition for almost $1,800. This is raw. Okay. Another one, best offer was accepted. It was listed for $575. And then we have 2-card lot that sold for almost $1,000. GMA 10. Filtered. Sold. And I've got one that sold for $400. And I don't think there was a lot here on this. And then another one, I'm not seeing it. PCG. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Another one had sold for $500. So GMA is way undervalued. If you can get $1,800 for a raw card for LeBron, and you're sitting on a GMA 10, and you're only taking $400 or $500, you way undervalued, number one, your card. Number two, yourself of actually trying to get a higher price. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. You know, you've got some here that sold back on March for $301, $290, $390. I get it. Some of these cards are outrageous. We're not asking for you to buy the card at that price, but if you already have it and graded, these are the values you should be looking to get. So, and let's do one more here. 96 Topps. Kobe. Sold. Ungraded. So Kobe's prices, I watched his card a few months ago, a month and a half ago, was selling for like $57, his Topps card. We have one sold for $175, $147.50, $145 best offer, $138.99. That's a reprint. $199.99 best offer, $165.50. So the Bryant cards are there. Let's see here, GMA 10. I gotta get the ungraded off of there. Okay. So there's a GMA 10 that sold for $227.50. Okay. Another one sold for $499. Yes, good for you, whoever sold that. $499. Because if you look at the PSA prices, there's one $499 best offer, $299 best offer accepted, $299, $499 best offer. This person back on April sold it for $159.99, a $114. Guys, the value is there, and I know some of these are older prices, and the value's jumped since then. Listen, if $499 could be your guideline, you should be getting more than that. So hopefully this was helpful. This was really an off-the-cuff, raw, myself, on the fly. I do have notes of cards that I looked up. That's where I knew I was going with. I had 12 different cards. I did the research on this, and I had them all. I typed them all into my search so I could go in there and just hit the search. For some reason, it cleared out this morning. But do the research yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that a GMA 10 is the equivalent of a raw, because they're wrong. The values are there. They're not there at PSA yet, but let's get there. Like I said, that would probably be a next video to do a GMA versus PSA. I don't know if I'll do the same thing. This is my first time doing the video recording off my phone, video recording the screen right on the eBay page. But hey, listen. The value is there. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep talking. But the best thing we can do is just talk about GMA and not bash the other companies like some of these guys are doing. We've had people come on that have bashed GMA, that are big PSA fans, and that's not what we're looking to do. That's not what I'm looking to do. I just want to get out there and get the name recognition there. They've been around for 15 years. They've done over 2.5 million cards graded with them. They're very quick with their response time. And I think their customer service there, and I think the quality is there as well. But you have to believe that. If somebody doesn't believe that their quality is there, then they're never going to be sold on GMA, which is fine. It's not for everybody, but it is for a lot of people. So, guys, I do hope you did find this information helpful. I do thank you for taking the time to watch and to listen. If you have any questions or suggestions, please hit me up with a comment. If you haven't, please follow us on Instagram, KB Sports Cards. Follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the bell so you're notified with the next video coming up. I think the next video will probably be tomorrow, mail day, and we'll continue on with that. And maybe another box break down the road. We do have another mega box for Mosaic. So a lot of good things happening, even though sports haven't come back yet. Thank you guys for your time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good night.